Hello there everybody and welcome to my other new Let's Play we're starting. And that is of course God of War Ghost of Sparta on the HD collection version from the digital collection version. I don't know exactly what this was from again. I have like God of War sagas, so that's how I have it through. I'm gonna turn up the brightness a bit. It's fucking dark. Hold on. That looks better, I guess. Alright, so here's all the costumes I've gotten. I've beaten the game before plenty of times. We're gonna go with regular costume. Nothing specific, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna leave subtitles on for those that want to read. We will be watching the cutscenes. I'm not gonna be skipping my voice because this is now Neo Turd Monkey 1497 channel. So where I actually talk over cutscenes and not just leave them out. I just like to talk. I don't know. And I don't like to edit much anymore, so there's that. But, we're playing this again on the PS3 and not actually the PSP. I never actually had this game for PSP. I've only ever gotten to play it via the PS3 HD collection. It's super fucking dark. That's my Elgato like that. I tried changing it, but I don't know how great that's gonna work. But yeah, I did actually have Chains of Olympus back on PSP, but then I got, well, my PSP broke, and then I sold all my PSP games, which consisted of, like, Size Matters, Ratchet & Clank, Secret Agent Clank, Deadhead Fred, Hellboy PSP, God of War, Chains of Olympus, and
the vision of his past
not much, I guess. I never even had Daxter for PSP. Wish I did, or even Jack Lost Frontier. I always wanted it, but never got it. But other fun fact is, on my trip this year that I took when I went to Japan, we went to an electronics store area place in Akiba, and they actually had Ghost of Sparta there on PSP for I think like 1,800 yen, so roughly give or take, you know, depending on the currency at the time, currency exchange at the time, you know, anywhere from like 15 to 20 bucks, roughly. So I didn't buy it, but you know, it was there, and I was like, "What the fuck, God of War? Like that's insane to see that." And I think the store we went to, I forget the name of it, but I think it was like a main electronics store, like the big red one. So if you guys ever get a chance, you know, let's check it out. Pretty cool place. But other than that, yes, we're finally back into the God of War Let's Plays. No more of these God of War marathon things that I just start and quit like an asshole. We're finally making it back to the proper God of War ways that my channel was built upon. Because, honestly, one of the things I wanted to kind of be known for mostly back then was God of War stuff. And, yeah, here we go. Also, unlike Ape Escape, I'm going to try not to explain too much. If you're probably watching this, you're most likely already invested in God of War anyway to probably want to watch it. I don't think anybody realistically new to God of War, or even potentially my channel, is going to really care enough to want to watch, or not know God of War, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And this is why I should not explain anything, because I just now got done doing Ape Escape 2 Let's Play, and that went pretty hard with trying to explain everything possible, so let's not do that. All I can say again is I'm doing this on the HD collection version, not the actual PSP HD collection, but the one that comes with Sagas, which comes with its own digital downloads of these games. Which, to be fair, I think the actual HD collection, that Origins collection, as it's called for PSP games, I think might be disc, or it might just be digital only as well. I'm not sure. I've had opportunities to buy that version, but never have. Also, for those that are very familiar with God of War, if you for some reason haven't seen or played Ghost of Sparta yet, it's not really a favorite of mine, but one difference I don't like is your square triangle is now changed to the I'm trying to think, would it be like the God of War 3 triangle attack? No, I don't think so. I can't remember. Well, anyway, your triangle attack is now changed to that slam thing instead of actually the sort of circular uppercut attack. And I'm not a big fan of that one. So right now, I think we're fighting Scylla, I forget how they're pronounced. I don't remember. But basically, you got to fight through this. You want to try to make it through as fast as you can without the tentacles kind of slamming down there. So there you go. And then you got to fight the actual tentacle part of it. We don't have any parry commands yet, but all we do have is just like the small, you know, oh, you kind of parried, but you don't have the ability to fully go with it yet. So you're going to get the parry animation, or you're going to get the riposte animation, or whatever it's called. Pretty much when you block, you deflect, but you don't actually parry. But yeah, out of all the God of Wars, this is definitely one of my least favorite ones. Mainly because, like, again, I didn't really grow up playing it, so my biases are more so kind of stuck with Chains of Olympus. I absolutely adore Chains of Olympus. I think it's a good game. Certain parts of it I don't like, but, you know, it is what it is. I do think Ghost of Sparta is cool. It doesn't mean that it's my absolute least favorite, but, you know, I don't enjoy it as much as I do Chains, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Or God of War 1 and 2. And to an extent, even 3. Although, nowadays, I'm starting to kind of not like 3 as much anymore. Which is why when I was doing my recent God of War marathon, I kind of just gave up on 3. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of this. And then if I would have continued it, we would have had to do, like, God of War 4, and we would have to do, like, fucking Ragnarok, and now with the new release of Valhalla, which I haven't touched yet, I've actually been thinking about just streaming that instead, just for the first time, like, just first time playing it, stream that. Might do it, but I have to re-download all of Ragnarok again. But yeah, Ghost of Sparta is a good game. Don't let me say that, no, like, don't let me, you know, guide you into thinking that this is terrible. You know, even Ascension, for all it's worth, is not even really a bad game either. Ghost of Sparta, at least, is a decently good-made God of War game, unlike Ascension, which... Ascension, to me, is not a good God of War game, but it's a fine enough hack-and-slash game on its own. The reason why I say it's not good enough for a God of War game is because it's different enough to where, you know, there's so many changes that I feel like it's not full-on God of War, and then plus the camera angles kind of ruin it. But that's Ascension, and this is Ghost of Sparta. And Ascension is next after Ghost of Sparta, which, for those that are curious, in my 100 Let's Plays that I want to finish, as in, like, get to, you know, Let's Play number 100, which is, this is, like, number 77, 78 probably right now. I do want to do God of War and all the way up to Ragnarok. I'm going to be skipping the Facebook game. I'm not playing that shit. I'm not going to be playing God of War on mobile either, so... Even if it's canon, I'm not going to play them. I don't really have access to them, so that's mainly why. We're going to be sticking with mostly the console ones. But yes, eventually I will do God of War 4. You know, after this, it's God of War Ascension, then it's 4, and then it's Ragnarok, so... Those, as long as I'm not dead before then, those are what's planned for coming up. Also, playing this on PS3 is going to be annoying because I recently broke my R1 button, where now the plastic's kind of sticking out and it kind of pokes me. So, I gotta deal with that time. No need to save yet. I mentioned this in my Ape Escape 2 Let's Play, but because I'm doing Ape Escape 2 in like 45-minute sessions, I'm going to be doing the same thing for God of War now. So, I think most, if not all my Let's Plays nowadays are going to be... Sorry. They're going to be done in 45-minute intervals, so I hope nobody minds that too much. But hey, you know, that's 45 minutes worth of God of War content, so... And actually, come to think of it, I'm enjoying that already. The one thing that I can say that I don't enjoy about God of War Ghost of Sparta is actually God mode. I think it's fucking terrible in terms of just balancing and stuff. I mean, it's not that I need the game to be balanced as hell. You know, I don't need to be like, oh wow, it's forgiving a lot of the time too. I don't need that. I'm not saying that. It's just that there's some enemies that are just way so overpowered and just so obnoxious to fight on God mode that it becomes a pain in the ass to even want to fight. Unlike with other God of War games where even if enemies are overpowered and unbalanced, there's at least still that fun factor that comes with them. But, you know, there's like these enemies that kind of go through the ground and shit that just are the worst to fight. It makes them worse on God mode, is pretty much what I'm trying to say. I don't think there was anything in that water pool, but we can go check. God, man, I miss playing God of War, man. Like, classic God of War. Like, to me, this is still relatively Neo God of War. Not Neo God of War. Not like God of War, not God of War 4 Neo, but Ascension Neo. Pretty much like, as soon as like God of War 3 became a thing, it's when all of a sudden God of War kind of changed. Just enough to where it felt new. And then Ascension is just much different than like your regular run-of-the-mill God of Wars. Hey, where'd you come from, big guy? I was busy. And that's what you get for fucking with me in my joking time. You don't fuck with a man while he's joking. That's just not a thing you do. Also, yes, we're bringing back the classic Minotaur kills. If you guys remember from Chains of Olympus, this was not the thing you would do. But these are still the same Chains of Olympus enemies, though, too, which is pretty wild to think about. Okay, so we can't swim down. I was holding square, and it wasn't working, so can't blame me for that. Ah, yes. Climbing and reversal. Also, get used to the green in this game. The color design is so fucking green, and you'll see it a lot. Before we go that way, because I don't think it's a time thing, but before we go that way, we're going to go this way and go get some chests. Also, in terms of 100%, I will try. I don't remember if there's anything you have to collect in terms of 100%. Like, I don't remember there being urns or anything. I don't think so. But it's been a long time since I played it, so you'll have to forgive an old man and his mistakes. But I'll do what I can. Well, at least get all the upgrades. Actually, you know what? That might not be possible, too, because if I remember correctly, Ghost of Sparta has a huge threshold of not letting you get upgrades at all. So, like, like right now, I have, like, what, 1,400 orbs, right? About 1,500. You know how, like, in most God of War games, it's like 1,500 for, like, your basic level 1 upgrades? I mean, this one might be the case. I don't know. We'll see. But as far as I remember, I don't think so. Also, that's my favorite aerial versions. I don't like God of War 1's aerials. I like God of War 2's better. Let's check the upgrades real quick. Yeah, you look at that shit? Oh, yeah. 2,900. 2,950 for a fucking level 1 or level 2 upgrade. Sorry. I don't need health. I ain't no pussy. We're also playing on hard mode. We're not playing on God mode because I'm not doing a guide for this right now. I'm actually just wanting to play this game casually and for funsies. And I still play on hard mode because that's my funsies. Yeah, I know. It's weird like that. These guys are annoying because they like to evade you a lot. They actually evade you more than they evade taxes, which is saying something. But the good news is you can deflect their attacks back, which is always helpful. And plus the timing on that, you know, deflecting attacks and shit, it's actually pretty lenient. You see that? I was like a few seconds off. If this was like old God of War, I would have been punished for that, but this is not God of War. This is not old God of War. This is like the Neo God of War. And then now we have the fucking Tri-Neo God of Wars, which is like, you know, Ghost of Sparta and shit. Alright, God of War 4. Because like Ascension is still God of War, you know. But it's like old school Neo God of War, if that makes sense. Yeah, you gotta take this thing back down there. I was saying something too, I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, the upgrades and stuff, like how fucking horrendous that is. Also, see how these guys die relatively quickly on this mode? Even on hard mode? Like, yeah. On God mode? No. They get amped up like a lot. Like, God mode itself raises up a lot of stuff. And to me, it kind of raises a bunch of eyebrows, too, because I don't remember God mode being that ridiculous for health and stuff. Maybe God of War 1 if you're lucky, but I would even argue even God of War 1 had some decent balancing to it on God mode. Although, to be fair, you know what, I take that back. God of War 1 God mode could be harder. God of War 2 had some pretty difficult shit, but nothing I would say that's too completely unbalanced. Yeah, there's enemies I hate fighting, like the Wraiths and stuff, but for the most part, they're not, like, completely super impossible to deal with. I mean, to be fair, nothing really is in God of War, I guess, because it's not supposed to be. Even if God mode's supposed to be hard, they still probably want you to actually beat the games. Also, in this game, L1 is to slide down, not like R1 or down X or anything like that, so. But yeah, fuck you guys for making 2,900 the upgrade threshold. Like, that's bullshit. It was always 1,500. Now they decided to raise it for some fucking reason. I guess somehow in the God of War universe we got stuck with inflation here too.
The Temple of Thanatos, the god of death.
I wonder if he's going to be a thing in this game. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I have never played or beaten this game.
In its walls, bear passage to the domain of death.
The last one was mostly like Helios and Morpheus. Morpheus being the guy that was kind of taking over and making everything dark. And then having to use Helios's like steeds and shit to kind of take care of the light issue. Nothing over here that I can see. Yeah, as mentioned earlier, get used to the green color because you're going to see that for a while. Even his blades are green. I think it's cool. It's got that Atlantis vibe to it, which, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much kind of what we're doing here is just Atlantis stuff. Atlantis Square Panthers. Good game on the Game Boy. I haven't played the PS2 game, but I probably don't want to. Because it looks like it's, like, you might have heard, it's mostly just minigame games, and it's like, that's not really, like, a fun game to dive too much into. Like, I kind of wanted a platformer out of that, not, you know. I haven't played the movie game in forever, either. Like, the actual, like, console version of it. I don't think there's a breakable. Indescribable. No. Maybe. No. Let's just assume they're not. Also, love that old school God of War movie. I fucking miss old God of War, man. Yeah, speaking of God of War, if you guys are good boys and girls, maybe I might just say fuck it and stream Valhalla. Like, actually just do that. I never got to play it yet. So, we'll see what it's like, but I'll have to actually re-download it. The entirety of God of War Ragnarok, though. Which is probably too much gigs. I know I keep saying this like I'm on repeat here, but God, I miss old God of War, man. I miss the old school God of Wars. If we ever get another God of War game again, I kind of hope they do like a mix of the two. Like, you can keep like the Neo formula, but like make it... Well, you can keep some of the Neo stuff, but just make it to where it's like old school God of War, like, you know, camera's kind of far out, but like you could probably potentially keep the Leviathan axe, and you could, I don't know, maybe like fight in Egypt and get like some new weapons and stuff and all that. Kind of cool, I think. I think Egypt would be a good idea to go to next. I mean, there's like hints of it, kind of, sort of. I mean, from what I've seen from here. He collects weapons from other mythologies. There's also the Japanese mythology that kind of shows up a little bit. So, although honestly, I don't want to see God of War do Japanese mythology. I don't think it'd work that well. As cool as it might sound on paper, I think we've already had too many games going through the mythology of Japanese that it's become kind of just a main setting to some now, and I'm getting kind of bored of it. And plus, I mean, Japanese games tend to do Japanese mythology quite often. I know one mythology that will never... I know plenty of mythologies that will never get done. But it's mostly just religious stuff that I don't think we'll ever probably see. The closest you'll ever get to, like, a religious God of War is Dante's Inferno, which one day, I'd like to do that. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember if that goes completely down. Okay, it does. It does go down. It do go down. Look, we're not even ready to upgrade yet. Yeah, I know. That's fucking horse shit. You're on the goddamn ship in God of War 1 and you can upgrade. You get to the goddamn Harpies and you can upgrade. Or at least close to the Harpies, if not after. You could upgrade. You could have like a level 2 blade before you fucking fight Mama Hydra, and that's fucking bullshit. Sorry, that's fucking bullshit. That this game does that to you, man. If you want to get all the upgrades, you have to do the arena stuff. So we might end up doing the Challenge of the Gods for once. I don't know. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Was it 25 or was it 29? It was 2,900. God damn it. Yeah, I'm still getting pissed. I'm still getting angry at it. I'm still not quite happy with that decision. You're fucking with my God of War games. You fuck with me. And I'm gonna write some angry letters on Twitter about this shit. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get pissed on Twitter now. I am fucking livid. Okay, well, I'm not that angry. I don't really care that much. It is what it is. I didn't make the game. If I would have, it would have been way different. I would love to make a God of War game. I would love for like them to say like, hey, what's an idea for a God of War game? And I'll say, it's this, this, and this. And I want to see like old classic God of War style again. And you can keep some of the Neo stuff, but, you know, we're not doing that fucking over-the-shoulder camera shit anymore. That shit's gone. That shit's a bit more boring. I find it a bit more boring. I mean, God of War 4, I found pretty fucking boring. God of War Ragnarok at least tried to be better, and it did a pretty good job. Hey, I will give credit where credit is due. I think Ragnarok at least is a decent game. Okay? Don't think because I don't really care that much for God of War 4 means that I don't think that Ragnarok at least was a good turning point for those games. However, for those that are relatively aware of things, spoiler alert, of Ragnarok itself wasn't being that good. Spoiler alert over. Yeah. I'm just kind of whatever. Kind of wish it was a bit more than what it was, but yeah. Whatevs. This is what I think it is. Where we have to, like, fucking have flashback shit. Yep. Pretty much. God damn it. These are the sections of the game that I don't really care much for. I understand it's trying to, you know, characterization and character building. I get that, but there's too many of these walking sections in Ghost of Sparta that just becomes annoying. God of War is not a fucking walking section. Oh, wow. We're here this early.
Kratos.
What treachery is this? Another trick of the gods?
No, my son. It is me. Your father brought me here. I have waited so long.
His son?
My father?
Oh yeah, this is prequel game.
We do not
So,
have much time.
yeah.
Kratos, your brother does not have much time.
I don't remember if Deimos was mentioned in other games. I remember hearing something about that
Deep in
he might have been mentioned before, but I can't remember.
But he's gone. You told me that he was...
I'm sorry. I had no choice but to lie. You must listen now.
No.
The temple of Ares in Sparta holds the secret that will lead to your brother. The road will not be easy, but you must help him. You must, Kratos. He needs you.
This cannot be. Why? Why would you do this?
Your father forbid me to tell you.
My father? Who is my father?
Wait, hold on. Wait. Doesn't he technically find out who his dad was in God of War 2? And I can't remember. Does this take place after? Or what? I don't know. Also, Callisto. Callisto Chronicles? That wasn't that bad of a game. Also, this is actually one of the cooler parts of Ghost of Sparta. It's a bit more thematic, I guess, with things. But yeah, she can actually throw you against the wall, which is pretty neat. Yeah, this is Kratos' actual mom. Don't really hear much about her, ever. And then, yeah, I have this had happen sometimes. If you're on God mode, good luck. You get grabbed by that fucking thing, that'll do a lot of damage to you. And yeah, she does not look pretty. For those that might be a little confused what's going on, I think if she actually says the name of the father, then that basically turns her into this creature. Which, as we all know, I'm sure by now, played the other games. If you're this far into God of War, you should know the spoilers by now. That's Zeus. Yeah, I forget where this takes place in terms of the storyline. This is triangle. I don't know if X and circle. I don't think so. Sometimes circle does a thing, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. Yeah, they really did make her kind of a bit more creepy looking. Oh wait, she's down out for count. I kind of like that they don't actually show you him doing that, to kind of give you the aspect of like it's obvious that he doesn't want to do that.
Finally, I am free.
Because if they really wanted him
Find
to feel like he had to do it, you'd see it on screen.
Go to Sparta. Find Deimos.
As I mean, like, if you want to talk about brutality, like, I mean, the shit he does in God of War 3 is all shown on screen. Which reminds me, too, a topic I haven't really talked about much, or had a chance to, but,
With her last breath,
and this might be kind of a small, maybe hot take, I don't know. I don't think Kratos is as ruthless of a monster that people kind of make him out to be. I think he's a monster, yeah, but I think he's kind of like a forced, tragic,
the rage
well, I mean, well, duh.
almost palpable.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't think he's as brutal as people want to say that he is.
Pushed him to the brink
Like, I feel like
of
people
death.
think he's brutal to everyone and everything, but I don't think that's the case. I personally believe, and from what, you know, I've played God of War for a while, is that it's basically, obviously, brutality toward the gods. Like, he's got a certain set of people he's angry at, and if you're getting in his way, then you'll die. But if he's got no reason to kill you, then why would he want to? Like that girl, okay, so God of War 1, like, obviously, you know, he was pretty pissed at Ares, but he wasn't pissed at everybody. God of War 2 and 3 is where he starts to kind of get more pissed at people. God of War 3 being the main thing that makes him completely angry. So in God of War 1, obviously you have that girl that's like running away because she knows what he's done. He doesn't want to hurt her. He doesn't want to hurt the Oracle either. You can even see him being kind of hesitant toward that girl that runs away, you know, at first. Because he's thinking like, you know, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you running away from me for? I forget how to do magic. I think it's Eleanor together? No, Eleanor's dodge. It's one of these fucking things. I don't know. Oh, wait. It's D-pad buttons. Hold on. I'm trying to... Yeah, you have to hit right on the D-pad. Yeah. Because R was changed to a different thing later, a different mechanic. So, there's that, I guess. But this is like your first power you're going to get. I think it's dog shit, personally. Even when upgraded, I think it's still kind of just whatever. Mainly because like you've had better electric abilities in other games before. So I feel like this one's just kind of a bit weaker in comparison to those. But anyway, in God of War 2, you know, obviously he's a bit more angry, mostly at Zeus betraying him. So it's more focused on like killing those that are in the way. And then you could argue, like, well, what about the translators? Like, why is he so ruthless against them? They're not doing anything bad. They're not in his way. Well, first of all, the translators are unfortunately stuck with the unfortunate problem of having to, well, be sacrifices for the Phoenix, which is something he needs to go do to stop Zeus, so he can, you know, get to the face to stop Zeus and stuff, right? And you're probably thinking, like, well, why can't he just, like, stab them and use them as blood sacrifice? Well, or, you know, or whatever. Like, why can't he make it a little bit more easier? Well, the way that I think of it as is I think the reason why he slams her head is because at that time, like, that's what his hands are on. So why let go of his head and just slam his head just to, you know, knock him into shape, I guess. Knock some sense into him and basically, yeah, do that. And I don't know. Just give some thought, you know, yourself. My explanations are not the best at anything anyway, so yeah. Also, if I was Kratos, I'd be a badass no matter what, but if Kratos had the same sense that I do, I'd be fucking terrified of being underwater, because I think shit like that's terrifying. I think I think, you know, some of the animals in the ocean are pretty cool and shit, but I do think the ocean overall is pretty fucking scary. Not gonna lie. I have to laugh something. Alright, well, let's see. We're 30 minutes in. Damn. Just knocked off one of your guys in the lava, huh? That's one way to do it. 30 minutes in. I'm just gonna keep going. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade the blades first. It's gonna take like 400 fucking upgrade. Let's see what upgrade number 2 is. 4,000, right? Oh, hell no. Look, you don't really have that. Look at that shit. You look at that and you tell me there's a god. No, I'm just kidding. But, ain't that just some fucking bullshittery if you've ever saw any? They want you to get 8,000 orbs to fucking upgrade to, like, the next level after that. That's some fucking bullshit. Something that annoys me to no end is, my dad was like, you know, he's a God of War fan. He played a bit of the God of War. He hasn't beaten 4 yet. But I remember one time watching him play Chains. And every fucking, like, I'm pretty sure I've seen him play Ascension, but every time we talk about, like, which God of War he's not beaten yet, he always brings up, I think, like, Chains of Olympus and shit. And I'm like, no, you've beaten Chains of Olympus. I saw you play it. Or at least you played it. I don't know if you beat it, but I saw him at least fucking play it. And he always makes it seem like he never played that one. Like, how could you possibly forget Chains of Olympus? Well, then again, I guess you don't care that much about God of War PSP games to that extent. I guess you could say you could easily forget which one's which, but I'm pretty sure I saw him play both Ghost of Sparta and Chains of Olympus. And I'm pretty sure he's played Ascension. Or, no, I don't think he's played Ascension, actually. Kind of think of it. But it's always like a small argument of like, no, I'm pretty fucking sure. Is there anything down here? Okay. Like, I'm pretty damn sure you played Chains Olympus. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's just like how, like, when I was younger, I was sitting on my mom's bed and I fell off and I scraped my back right on her dresser. But I brought that up to her recently and she's like, nope, that was in your room. I remember for sure. And I'm thinking, like, there ain't no fucking way. You know how people, like, believe in the Mandela effect and shit? Like, maybe it's possible because, like, when I was a kid, I could have sworn that I had, like, a blonde babysitter that would come over or whatever. But according to my parents, that was never a thing. So it's like, maybe Mandela effect is a thing. I don't know, but we are probably in a different parallel dimension. I have no idea, but whatever my brain says is true, I believe more often than what I believe adults say. And that's always been kind of my, that's always been kind of my life anyway. It's just, I don't fucking believe adults in anything they do or say. Not only because, like, they just forget shit, but, they're just not that reliable. I've always, you know, hung out with people that were a bit younger than me anyway because of that, because, I don't know, I just never trusted adults very much growing up. Because there was one time where I had, like, a report card thing. I had to get my dad to sign, but he never did it, and that pissed me off. And I went to school and got in trouble for it. Which is fucking bullshit. But he was, like, the only one there at the time, because, like, my mom would go bowling and shit. All those nights. So, yeah. Lamius. More like Lamius. Get fucked, Regard. That's some big tits on that motherfucker. I don't know what the fuck. I never had seen that before in that door. Motherfucker got some huge middies. It's Thera. She's Thera.
It has been long since our kind waited for the one
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking download Ragnarok and play Valhalla today. Fuck this.
Salvation.
No, I'm having fun with Ghost of Sparta. I'm just saying, like, in general, I'm gonna do that today.
Come here for you or die.
Whoa, Kratos. Whoa.
Kratos,
That's a little racist, don't you think?
you need
And here I thought I was supposed to be the racist.
You, Thera.
If you do not free me, then you will share my fate. You will
Are we
die
if we ever get another God of War game, do you think one of the skins is gonna be a white spiked?
free
hood?
me, and my power will be yours.
I'm just kidding.
Without
I'm
it,
kidding.
We will both remain prisoners of our torments.
Sorry, my fingers always make me pop. Give me your shit, bitch. Give me that power, bitch. Yeah. Thera's Bane. Oh boy. So yeah, you have a third bar in this game. And you have to hold R to use it. Oh, rerun? Yeah, rerun. I couldn't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, we can now go back and destroy that one door that we couldn't destroy before. Also, I have a weird tick where I click in the sticks, as you can hear. These guys are a pain in the ass. As cool as they might be, they're actually a pain in the ass. And yeah, you have to fight them with Thera's Bane, because if you do that, well, that's what happens. Be careful of that arm swing thing, because that's going to hurt. If you do a finisher with Thera's Bane on, it will actually implant an explosive onto them, which is pretty cool. And then usually if you explode somebody with a thing, you'll get like orbs back. Yeah, regular triangle does not do that. I think square... Hold on. I think, yeah, the square, square, triangle one does explode. Ah, fuck. That's why I hate that shit for. You gotta, like, dodge the last minute type thing. Okay, so now we're running out of orbs, so he's gonna drop. Shit. Shit, fuck. Oh! Because remember, I'm playing on hard mode. I'm playing on Spartan mode, so... Yeah. Nice. That's not an item. But get ready for the Resident Evil bullshit, because you're gonna have to see that every single time. Oh, yes. Every single time. Oh, wait. Game? Hello? Okay. Sometimes it just be weird, you know? Sometimes things just happen. Wait. Does that lead me back to where I need to go, or can I go this way? I can't go that way. Thank God for invisible walls. Also, I think the next save point, I'll probably just end off the episode there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the triangle slam does give you an explosive too. I'm not gonna read anything. I'm not gonna read shit. You think I can read it all? I mean, come on, man. It's down here anyway. Oh, yeah. I think we gotta go there later. Later, Gator. Somehow I went from 80 gigs of recording to like fucking 50 now. How stupid is that? Wait, I think this is where we were at before, right? Maybe. Oh, yeah, that's right. You have to hold it down for a bit, and then R1 pops up. God, that's actually kind of weirdly bright, too. And by the way, yes, I believe you can upgrade Thera's Bane. I'm pretty sure you can. Could check, but I'd rather let the curious be curious. Yeah, make sure you jump that, because you will die that time. But this is a pretty good attack if you just want to get, like, some decent, like, damage on people. But yeah, there you go. There's the triangle version. We can finally now actually use the damn thing on somebody. And it's not going to affect me too much. It does a little small explosion. Depending on the enemies you're fighting, will... I guess that's probably what, you know, gives you the orbs from. I guess, you know, exploding up, exploding parts is what gives you the extra orbs, not just the bomb itself. So I had thought, wrong, I'm dead. Well, we're going until we get to the fucking save point, so... Yeah, you can mash X. You don't have to... You don't have to play their game. You don't have to play with their bullshit. Good thing that attack sucks! Sorry about the button mashing, but, you know, it has got a warp, so... You know how it goes. I'm so glad that God of War 2 eventually gave you the ability to just fucking do this and still get orbs out of it. Even if you don't have like a 10-hit combo or whatever. And then plus God of War 2 also made it to where like it's not just health orbs you get from Minotaurs. For doing like a brutal kill, which is nice. Also, yes, these are not the same harpies from God of War Chains of Olympus, so don't worry about the whole square and then grab thing. Like square attack, put them in like a stun for a second and then grab them. Because they're brutal on Chains Olympus if you let them be. Not like basic harpies, but like the red variant harpies. You have to hit them with a square attack first. Put them into like a slight hit stun, and then you can grab them. From that range, too. From like a very far range. It's crazy how that works, but... A bit of an annoying thing that God of War Chains does, but, you know, hey. At least there's a way around it, so... Could be a lot worse. Trust me on that. Well, okay. Yeah, I forgot that lava kills Kratos, because technically I think he's not a god in this one? Is that... No, wait, I think this one takes place after 2, right? Wait, this takes place after 2, then how the fuck does he not know who his dad is? I guess you could argue like he didn't believe it at first. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the explanation for that is. All I know is that somehow his mom tells him who his dad is, kind of. There you go. Or maybe she didn't, I don't know. Well, he certainly acted like he was surprised to hear it. So, who knows? Also, yes, this should technically do more damage. There's bait, I mean. Should, in theory, I think, do more damage. Also, get used to this area being red as fuck. The last one was green as fuck, and this one's gonna be red as fuck. And then eventually it's gonna be probably like gold as fuck. Or yellow, I guess you could say. Whatever. Alright, let's go get this Minotaur upgrade. Health upgrade, probably. This is a feather. Oh, it's a Minotaur horn. I think you'll need to collect 3. I couldn't even see the slots for the other ones because it's so fucking dark in here. Alright, let's see. What can I upgrade next? Nothing. Alright, cool. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and save it real quick, and that will be the end of this, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Ooh, can't say that. That's spoiler stuff for later. Oops! Oh, well. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time we play some more God of War Ghost of Sparta, and as always, take care, everybody.